welcome to Mike Hedden's Round 2 Woodworks. Well, it looks like it's springtime in Southern California and the Zymbidiums are blooming beautifully in the garden. Why don't we go in the shop and see if we can find something beautiful in there. Again, welcome to my shop. I certainly appreciate you dropping by. Today I was going to look at a couple of new tools. One, a long time ago I bought this simple Mortising machine. I wanted to do some green and green, so I bought that and I've never used it. So it's time to practice with it and see how it works. And then also to go along with this system, today is California, the Auto Club 500 or 400 I think it is, out at Fontana Speedway for those NASCAR understanders. Normally I'd hop on the train, they drop me off at the Speedway, see the race and hop on the train and shoot on back. But this year I thought I'd watch it on TV so I could buy a new tool. And what I've got is I bought this Shop Basics Tenon Jig for the price of a good Freud saw blade, and for less than a lot less than it takes to go to California Speedway. I used my money to purchase this. I think these two will kind of go together, Mortise and Tenon. So as I say, I've never really used either one of these. I've just been trying to set this up. Now this is Shop Basics. I don't know where it's made. It doesn't have any indication on it. I imagine that means it's made in China. All it says is that it's distributed by Rockler. And it seems to be a nice quality item, heavy. I did, it says in the directions to check it for squareness. So there's the face plate and the vertical plate, and they were off a little bit compared to my Michitoya. So now they're exactly 90. I've got the blade set up. I'm anxious to see how it will work. Let me show you a closer view of this, and you can see exactly what it's all about. Okay, basically here it is, your handles to move it forward and back. You've got the knob here to loosen the face and slide it back and forth. You have the knob here to fine tune it very delicately. You have the knob here that changes the angle, and then you've got the knob here that changes the vertical, and then you've got an adjustment. You've got an adjustment here so you can't put the blade, or you can't put the face into the blade, so that's what this adjustment's for. And then you've got your micro. Oh, I think I said that the micro. Now then you hold your stock here with the clamp. Now I'm not sure if you can see this. One thing was this tape measure didn't stick down, it bulges. Now right now I'm right on 1 inch, and I've got an exact 1 inch stock in there, and it just kisses the blade. So as far as up to 1 inch, it's pretty accurate. With this bulge, I'm not sure it is accurate. I'm not sure if I'll take that off and redo it, or if I'll just measure it from the blade, or align the blade with the knife mark or pencil mark in the stock, other than just saying 3/8 on that. So those are my two new tools. I'm anxious to see how they'll work. So let's put something in it and try it out. Well, I'm not going to waste good hardwood on practicing mortise and tenon, so I will use this old pine scrap, and I will cut it 10 inches. That'll give me enough to kind of practice with, I think. Okay, we've got our stock cut up to 10 inches. We'll pretend this is the leg and this is the rail. We'll do one this way. We'll do a stub tenon. We'll do a inch tenon. We'll try to do a through tenon. We'll try to do a few different kinds of tenons to see how this all comes out. Now, the stock, the legs, we're going to go, it's right there at 1.5 inches for the legs, and 1 inch even for the rails. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my marker. Now I'm going to be using this. We'll do a 1/4 inch. We'll do a 1/4 inch. So what I want to do is just lay these two right around the chisel, so we'll know that what we're doing, where we're at. And then the first one, let's just go all the way through. And the way I think I'm going to do it is I'm going to guesstimate where the center is, and I'm going to put 2 little holes. Okay, 2 little holes. I'm going to loosen this up, move this up, tighten it up. Now, will these 2 little holes go in those 2 little, ooh, almost. Actually, I got lucky. Yeah, I got lucky on the first time. Alright, so I'm going to scribe and that's where I want my mark. I will take the shoulders off here, and we'll make this one an inch from there. Okay, if we cut these at 10 inches and I want an inch shoulder, I got to move this over to 9 inches. I should glue a tape measure down, make it a lot easier, but this works. Okay, 9 inches. So now we've got to adjust the blade to the height of the the mark that we made, if we get the right stock. There we go. Right there. Oh, some friends are over for the California 500. I gotta go watch a race. Well, all right, the race is over. Kozlowski in that Penske #2 car snuck up and took it away from everybody. Didn't hear his name all day except for the last lap. Now to the fun stuff. I gotta cut these. I'm gonna cut these shoulders, and one end I'm gonna make a full tenon, and the other end is a stub tenon. So let's cut these puppies up. Okay, on that one I will cut the shoulders down for a full width tenon. And then this one I will cut down for a stub tenon. And one thing I want to do for sure before I do this on the real thing is get rid of this blade. This is an all-purpose and it leaves a little V, and that's not good for a flat bottom. So, but this is practice. I'm just seeing how it's gonna work. Let's keep going. Okay, we've got all the shoulders cut this way. This will be a full tenon, stub tenon. So I'm going to take my marker. It's marked in the middle, so I'm gonna mark. Oh, I want to use the same face. Always mark from the same face. That's a rookie mistake there. So I'm going to mark this on both sides so I can see it, and then I will crank the blade up to where it just clears that right about there. Then I will put the stock into the Tenon jig, clamp it down. I will bring this up, unloosen this, bring it up to where the blade is kissing the line, tighten it all down. Well, this tenon jig should be ready for its first cut. Let's give it a try, see what happens. Tenon jig test in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Well, that was close enough that the wood broke off. So let's turn it around, and it should be the same on this side if I got it dead center. Zingo dingo. The other side, let's go. there's the tenon. I'm going to have to clean it up with a chisel because the blade was just a little off. But that's why I'm practicing. That is why I'm practicing. Let's try the other side. That one was much better. Now these shoulders have to be cut off this way. Now I guess you turn the stock sideways, I'm thinking. Now, don't take my word for this. If you want to know, look into somebody that's been woodworking all their life. So I'm going to just make sure this is nice and tight. Now I will have to readjust the blade for sure on this one. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. This will work. You know, I think I better read the directions a little more. The way I'm doing this, the blade is cutting on the inside. I'm not sure if this should move back and have the blade cut on the outside, because I think it's pinching in there and kicking back. So I think I'm going to have to do a little reading on this, a little more reading. I don't want to be doing this wrong, and I sure don't want to be showing anybody the wrong way. As I say, in my shop, it's the way I do things in my shop, the way I do it. I'm not a teacher on woodworking. If you want that, you know, go to a Charles Neal or an Ask Woodman or anybody that's done woodworking for their whole life, that's paid the bills and put food on the table. My trade was hazardous waste. If you want to know what the F codes are in waste acetone, look me up. Or if you need to know how to manifest waste sulfuric acid or something, I'm your guy. But this is my shop, and this is where I run for peace. You know, so I'll look it up and I'll let you know what happens. Okay, my common sense told me there was something wrong. What I was doing is I was putting the stock in here, and as I was running it through, I was running it through on the inside. That shouldn't be that way. This should be loosened up, and this should be cut on the outside like that. It should have been gone through like that. And I knew there was something wrong because these little things were shooting out like bullets. So that was kind of obvious. So when you hook this up, have your cut on the outside. It'll work a lot better. Now let's get on to seeing what the tenons let's go to the mortise now. Okay, let's see what we got on this thing. The way this works is take this out. You have the bit, the auger, and you have really the chisel. Now the chisel is what, you know, slices the edges, and this just augers it out. So now this is a real cheap one. I don't know how it's going to work. We'll find out real soon. But the chisel goes into this section down here, and the auger goes into, you know, a bit just like a regular drill, basically. Want to make sure it's all the way in. Okay, that's tight. All right. Let's see. Gotta loosen this up. Put the stock in. And we'll be using this stock here, so we'll set it up like this. We'll make sure that it's set to where the chisel will line up on the, by moving back and forth. So let me get this ready, and then we'll go from there. Inch and a half in anybody's book. So half of an inch and a half, if I'm not mistaken, is 3/4 of an inch. So I will set that on there. And I will get my pencil out. And I will just make a quick little mark. I'll take the engineer's square and line those up. Okay, that is the center. Now let me see how far off I am. I'll loosen this up. Lock it up. Turn it around. Lock it up. That's a little off. I didn't get lucky that time. Poke 2 little holes. Poke 2 little holes, and the holes match. Yeah, the holes match. Okay. So we'll use that as the face, and we will just score this. So I can see where we're kind of going. Now I'm going to use this one. It's an inch, and I'm just going to use my pencil, and we'll put it about right here. We'll put this practice piece right there. Okay? Then we've got to set this up to where that chisel is right in the center. So that may take me a second, so I'll be right back. Okay, let's clamp this puppy down. See what we got. Okay, got it set up. Let's try it. That doesn't sound very good. Yeah, that's why I'm practicing. I gotta set this up again. I'll be right back. Well, little tight. Better a little tight than a little loose. Now I don't think the depth is a whole inch, so but yeah, the depth is 7/8 of an inch, and my tenon, I believe, is 1 inch. Exactly 1 inch. So I've got to adjust this down another 1/8 of an inch so the tenon will go all the way in. But you know, I think it might work. I think it might work just fine. We'll see. A little more test. Alrighty, YouTube. I lowered the depth and I redid the mortise. So that's what it looks like. Now this is old crummy pine, scrap pine, and I think it came out pretty good on this try, on the first try. So I think with a little more practice, I think these two tools become very valuable in my shop, and I'm happy to have them, I gotta say. So I guess that wraps up another session in my shop, YouTube. So again, I really appreciate you stopping by, and until next time, I wish you well and take care of yourselves.